Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, why getting a new pet could be better than getting a raise.
Also, Spotify may be doing what we never would.
All that and more on the way next. A nasty rumor got started yesterday and it spread like wildfire.
Okay.
Isn't it funny how that works?
Yeah.
This rumor revolves around Spotify. Someone named Amy Rapier tweeted out or posted on X, I suppose. She said, I've just heard that apparently Spotify is going to put ads into premium. I've had premium for about 10 years, and I tell you this, the second I hear an ad on my premium account, I'm canceling my subscription. The second I'm out. That's what she said. I was looking at her profile on Twitter. I don't see anything to suggest that she would be an expert on this. Where she would have heard this.
Right.
She goes on later on to say that she had just read it somewhere or whatever. Spotify responded. Spotify said, the rumor is false. Premium music listening is ad-free. Okay.
Of course it is. What else would it be called premium for? If it was premium, why would it have ads?
That's a good point. Well, maybe there's other things that make it premium.
Yeah, okay, well, that would mean they'd need like another tier or something because no one is going to, no one wants ads, so they're going to want to pay for whatever version you have without ads.
This is why I'm concerned, because you and I and everyone agrees we're paying for Spotify. We can have free Spotify with ads if we wanted it that way. But Spotify, although this woman has now deleted the tweet, it spread like wildfire, got enough views for Spotify to respond and feel that was necessary and whatever. But do you see what Spotify said, though? They said the rumor
rumor is false.
Premium music listening is ad-free. It is now. But will it be in the future? They're not promising anything. And when I tell you that would be the last straw for me, Spotify's already raised prices. Yeah. And I believe I could get a better service somewhere else. I just don't want to lose all my playlists.
Right. I think this is just a bunch of legalese. Like, they just have to say it that way. You know what I mean? Like, they have to respond with what it currently is, which is that it's free. They
can't say what should be true, which is Spotify will never put ads in premium.
They can't say that because how do you know what will happen in the future?
Then how come we can say RadioU will never play an ad?
Oh, we are much better than Spotify.
I know. We are.
Much, much better.
Your money, you always know if you give money to RadioU that it will always be ad-free.
Yes.
Spotify cannot, apparently they can't say the same.
They can't promise anything.
They will not promise anything, and that makes me uneasy.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me uneasy. I'm not concerned. I don't think ads are coming anytime soon to Spotify Premium. I haven't heard anything about this other than this, what sounds to be a very uninformed tweet. But so yeah, I don't think you need to panic, but you definitely never need to panic about RadioU.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I wouldn't say panic, but wary. I'm wary.
I mean, I'm always wary about the streaming services changing up stuff, right?
Yeah. Definitely. They can't be trusted.
No, they don't care about you.
Max just randomly took away all my live sports.
Oh, they took that away finally?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sad. I know it was a beta. They kept putting the beta thing.
It was in beta for 2 years. And then all of a sudden I'm trying to watch a hockey game or whatever. And that's supposed to be on TNT. And they're like, nope, you need to get this. They say you need to change your subscription to watch this. I say, okay, how much more? I'm on my phone. Oh, you can't do this on this device.
Of course.
What other device would you like me to use? My Roku? My Chromecast? What are you talking about?
Hudson, I am celebrating as a Cleveland Cavaliers fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
What's going on?
Last night, my Cavs wrapped up their number one bid, I guess, or seed for the East. They are officially in. They've locked it up as the number one seed in the East.
The number one spot.
Yep.
Well, that's fun.
I'm excited.
Do they have the best record in the whole league or no?
They don't have the best record in the whole league. I believe the Oklahoma City Thunder do. Both teams are very close, and they've kind of been going back and forth all year. But Cleveland went on a little bit of a losing streak. They lost like 4 games in a row or something right after they had beaten their franchise record for the longest winning streak.
Mm-hmm. They are a bit streaky.
Yeah, and they had, some players in and out during that time or whatever, but they've won 7 of their last 10, and last night they beat the Chicago Bulls 135-113, which helped them lock up that number 1 seed in the East.
So that means home court advantage throughout the playoffs. But, well, at least until the finals. But, Allie,
if they were playing the Thunder, we don't know if they make it there.
I do have bad news, though.
What?
I don't know if you've heard about the Celtics.
I have.
The Celtics won last night.
Yes.
Against the Knicks on the road.
Yeah, the Knicks are 0-whatever against the Celtics and the Cavs this year.
Yeah, not good. But the Celtics have 1 road game left. If they win that road game, they will tie the record for the most wins on the road in a season. So of all the years to have home court advantage, this is the worst one. If you have to face the Celtics, they're better on the road than they are at home.
If they have to face the Celtics, I don't think that's an if.
When they have to face the Celtics.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's pretty much guaranteed if they both make it to the final round of the Eastern Conference. So, yeah, they obviously have had a great season, honestly, an unexpected season. Last year, they went 48-34. They did change head coaches. JB Bickerstaff no longer the head coach for the Cavs. He's now the head coach for the Pistons, which actually the Pistons look pretty good this year too. So yay, JB, I guess. But Kenny Atkinson's done a great job. They are, 63-16 right now.
That's impressive.
Pretty impressive. If they win their remaining 3 games, they will tie the record for their franchise for wins in a season.
Oh, probably with the LeBron era team, I'm assuming.
Probably. I would imagine that's probably the last time the Cavs would have reached that amount of wins.
I don't know, the Sean Kemp days or anything like that. They were winning 66 games in a year.
I mean, it could be Price, Mark Price days, or Brad Daugherty. Those were good guys like in the 90s and stuff. So I don't know, but yeah, I think overall, it's been a pretty fun season. I'm still very, cautious, I guess is the right word to use about the playoffs. Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really thought that this team was going to be making a title run coming into this year. They knew they were talented, but the thought that they would come in as the 1 seed is pretty mind-blowing to me. And now that they're, maybe a favorite to come out of the East, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, I'm definitely rooting for you if it comes down to Cleveland.
You're not rooting for the Celtics.
Yes, yes, that's
you and
true.
your Boston Red Sox.
That's
gear,
right.
by the
I'm
way.
not. I misspoke. I'm not rooting for you. You're right. I'm rooting against the Celtics.
Okay.
I'm rooting against Jason Tatum most of all.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Jason Tatum fan.
Captain Boring. And Captain...
The Big Deuce.
Yeah. I'm having FOMO right now, Allie.
Okay.
Regarding the a Minecraft movie.
Okay.
It's not the Minecraft movie. It is a Minecraft movie. Which is to say that I guess there will be more future Minecraft movies, which is almost assured. That's a guarantee at this point because
it made so much money.
It's making so much money, and I don't think there's any signs of slowing down. Let me tell you why I have FOMO, though, because I went and saw the Minecraft movie.
Yes.
A Minecraft movie.
Yes.
I saw it too early on, I think. Normally, like opening weekend is like the top time to see a movie, right?
Yeah.
Because the theater's packed, everybody's excited, you just have that anticipation, But as a Minecraft movie has been out for days now, and more clips have surfaced on TikTok of like people getting excited, the theater experience has gotten even more and more outrageous.
Yeah.
To the point where people are like, no scenes are coming, and will erupt with reaction to them as they are happening.
Yeah.
In a way that you would never normally have with a movie.
Yeah. I've seen these clips. I've seen pictures. There's been video that is being posted from this one particular scene, and everyone just keeps referring to it as the chicken jockey scene.
Yeah.
And I have no idea as far as context in the film. I haven't watched it like you have, but I have heard
that doesn't
much.
help. It doesn't. It doesn't make a lick of difference.
I'm sure it doesn't, but I've heard so much about chicken jockey, and I'm just like, I don't know what the heck is happening. What is chicken jockey?
So I kid you not, this is possibly the most baffling scene in the movie.
Okay.
Where Jason Momoa's character has to fight. At first it's a chicken, and then they drop a zombie on it for some reason. And so then it's a baby zombie on a chicken. And in Minecraft, I learned
chicken jockey.
That's called a chicken jockey. And so Jack Black himself yells out in a instance that makes no sense either, like why he does this, but he just goes, as soon as the baby zombie is dropped on the chicken, he goes, chicken jockey. And so if you go see it in theaters now, there's a very good likelihood that the entire theater that you are in will erupt with applause, hooting and hollering, and shouting that out as he does as well.
Entire theater of 12-year-old boys, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it seems to me that's the main audience for this film.
People have been posting clips literally of the theaters where this is happening, which I didn't think that was legal, but
I saw someone
go off.
I saw like it looked to be like a son on a dad's shoulder, like when this happened. So it's like they were being chicken jockey during the scene, and everybody's like pointing at them. Like it was crazy. I've seen huge reactions in theaters before. If you remember when Marvel was doing its big run, that was something they were known for. The theater reactions during like Infinity War, Endgame, or Spider-Man Homecoming. They had some of the biggest theater reactions ever. But this even looks like more chaotic than that. Like it dwarfs some of those reactions we got with Marvel.
It's been rare, but every so often there's a movie that comes out that gets the kind of reaction where like theaters have to post warnings and stuff,
right?
Reminding you to behave and specifically not to do certain things. And that's literally what some theaters have to do for Minecraft movie. There's a sign at this theater that says, "We know the chicken jockey is epic, but please don't throw popcorn or soft drinks at the screen."
Oh my goodness, people were doing that?
People have been doing that, ripping their shirts, doing all kinds of nonsense. And so I do feel like I missed out on that. Like I went and saw a Minecraft movie and didn't even get the fun theater. I mean, it was fun going.
Yeah.
But it wasn't this crazy at the theater that I had gone to.
Yeah. Someone I know said it was the most wild theater experience they've ever lived.
This is my favorite tweet. Some guy, Golden Gamer, tweeted out, "The whole cinema repeated Flint and Steel, I am Steve." And erupted in hooting, hollering, and applause after all basically yelling chicken jockey. Genuinely abhorrent film and an insult to the art form itself, but the funniest theater experience I've ever had.
Yeah.
That is what you're in for if you go see the Minecraft movie.
The FOMO is real now.
I know.
I think me and Nene need to go see this.
I kind of... It's so bad. It's such a horrible movie.
Such a horrible movie, but I just want to go.
Yeah, I kind of want to go and just take it all in. And I know they told me not to throw popcorn at the screen, but I feel like that's just part of the experience.
No, don't do that.
No, can you just say a little something for the theater workers right now?
Yeah, right.
Uber just put out what they call their Lost and Found Index. It's a list of some of the most common lost and found things in Ubers, as well as some of the most unique, one-of-a-kind lost and or found items in Ubers. And this is hilarious. You just want to know the story behind why somebody was traveling with these things.
Oh, absolutely. These lists are pretty insane. They do have some unique items cited on them, including a mannequin head with human hair.
Why do I imagine the person that brought that with them was like riding in the back and stroking the mannequin's hair while they were riding?
Like an evil villain from a movie or something.
Yeah, or like some kind of comfort. I'm sure the story behind that is much more actually like, I don't know, like they were they were in haircutting school or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably.
Sure.
Hopefully.
That's what
we
hope.
Just steal it out of a Macy's and try to take it home.
Does Macy's mannequins have real hair?
I have no idea.
Human hair? Like,
when do you think I've been to Macy's in the last?
I mean, I haven't either. That's why I was asking. But anyways, there's also a chachainsaw.
That wasn't the same person, was it?
I hope not. That would be pretty bad. A Ghostbusters ghost trap?
Do they make that? I didn't know that was a real thing you could have.
I didn't either. I'm assuming that's Halloween related. You know, a lot of people Uber for Halloween.
Or Venkman needed an Uber.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
He could have. Yeah. If they had fresh pressed milk.
Oh, you don't want to leave that behind.
No, that's sad.
I'm glad the Uber driver hopefully found that before it turned. Before it spoiled.
Ugh. A live pet turtle.
Aw.
Sad. That a turtle gets left behind.
Take care of your turtle.
Yep. Next one.
It's just boggling the mind. All of these things, right? If you had something going on with these things that they were so important for you to bring with you.
Right.
How did you forget it?
I feel like a lot of people use Ubers when they have been drinking.
Yeah.
And I think that helps make
While
this make
also
sense.
with their pet turtle, though?
Maybe. Who knows? Don't discriminate, Hudson.
I guess. Maybe. I don't even know.
I don't know why the pet turtle was in the car and why it got left behind. But yeah. But I was thinking, I was like, a lot of people that go use Ubers are probably not in the best of mental states sometimes. So, especially if they're leaving stuff behind like this. Another thing, this one makes no sense. A urinal. How?
You think drinking was involved in that too?
I think so. Or like a fraternity prank or something.
How did you even get a urinal into an Uber?
How'd you even get a urinal off the wall?
How did you get a urinal?
Yeah, like what were you doing? So yeah, this is just, this list is absolutely insane.
And there's so many things on this list. We've only gone through a few of and I don't know, are these the, here's the other question, because they have both and I don't know which is which. Are these all items that were left behind in Ubers? Or are these items that people lost and so they were lost and they're like, hey, Uber, did I leave my urinal in your car?
Yeah, I think these were all stuff that was left behind.
Okay.
Because I think Uber drivers, I've never been an Uber driver, but I think they have to say, like they have to claim it so that if someone comes back into the app and is like, I'm missing this thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they can find it that way, because it does say that, like for those that have lost something in an Uber or they think they've lost something in an Uber, it's like pretty easy to go into the app and try and see if you left it in the car.
Yeah.
So I guess the driver is supposed to check and see and then like report something back on the app if something was left behind.
I have one last protocol question on this.
Okay.
And maybe if any Uber drivers or Lyft or anything are listening, you might know the answer.
Yeah, let us know.
8772 RadioU. So let's say somebody is riding with you and they left their urinal behind. What do you actually do? As in, like, are you like, well, I guess that's the end of my shift because I'm not going to pick somebody else up with this urinal.
I need to
and there's not like a home base. So where do you take the urinal to? Like, there's no Uber headquarters in every town, right? So what do you do with the urinal? You just keep that in the car until... I
guess you would put it in your trunk or something. I don't know. But yeah, you'd have to sanitize that whole back seat or whatever.
I have to imagine it was an a urinal that had... I hope for everyone's sake that it hadn't been installed yet.
I hope
that
not
it wasn't
either.
a used urinal.
We have no idea.
I truly hope that. It's a urinal in the car wild enough. Now imagine that it's used and it's like, we got to get rid of this thing. Allie, it was around Christmas time. You got a new cat.
I did.
Let me ask you now. What do you think would make you happier? Or what that cat, Noelle, or if you got a $90,000 raise per year?
What would make me happier?
Which would make you more satisfied with life?
More satisfied. I mean, I feel like Noelle is great, but a $90,000.
Noelle, don't listen. I hope she doesn't have the radio on at home right now.
No, I do. I love Noelle, and it has been really nice to have, a little companion at home.
The reason I ask is because a new study has been done in the UK at the University of Kent. It was just published in the journal Social Indicators Research.
Okay.
What they found is that pet ownership adds as many points on a life satisfaction scale, like the same amount of points that would be equal to the life satisfaction points that you would add if you got if you made $90,000 more per year, or if you got married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
That is, the married one is even more wild than the 90,000 one.
You think
so? Yeah. Because I mean, you would think if you're getting married, you have a reason as to why you're getting married to that person, and
you'd think that would make you very, very happy, like very more satisfied with your life.
you would hope so. If not, you may need to reconsider why you're getting married. But if your pet is more important to you than your marriage, that should be a bad sign.
Well, it's saying equal, and I guess I get it.
Yeah,
There's only so many things in life that can really ratchet up your satisfaction. You know what I mean? And so I think a pet is close on. I wouldn't say it's equal to me with getting married, but it's one of the top things that you can do. I think getting a new pet, especially when it's new. I mean, if it's a puppy, it's kind of annoying, but like when it's new and like it's so exciting to have a new dog or a cat.
I mean, it is. It absolutely is. And I have to say, I am very satisfied with Noelle. I love coming home every day and she's like waiting for me right by the door and she's like so excited to see me. So yeah, like I do feel happy about that decision, but I think sometimes we get priorities mixed up a little bit when it comes to this stuff. And so I feel like emphasis needs to be placed in different areas. Maybe.
They did say, so the way they kind of were testing this was like, it's a life satisfaction scale that goes from 1 to 7. So I guess 7 would be like the absolute, like completely satisfied. And they say that
like completely satisfied with your life.
Yes, you could not be more satisfied.
Okay.
7 is the top. And adding a pet as well as getting making $90,000 more per year or getting married all seem to add about 3 to 4 points. But you can't, on a 1 to 7 scale, you can't add many more points than that.
No.
So so that's what I think. I did like there's some things that just cap you out basically.
3 points because of a pet? That's a lot.
Yeah, that's
a lot of weight to put on your pet.
That's a lot of expectations and pressure on your pet.
Yeah.
To make you happier.
To make you happier, but also pets, unfortunately, especially when you're talking about dogs, the lifespans are not long. And I get it. You know, I absolutely.
And the costs add up too.
Yeah, true. But I mean, I absolutely bawled my eyes out when my family pet died when I was in college. I mean, I was not in a good spot.
Yeah.
It was not good. So they do become like family to you.
They really do.
And I think that's absolutely true. But I do think we need to make sure, you know, to like I said, have priorities in the right place as far as realizing like people ultimately are more important, more investments needed there. So, yeah.
I mean, I can definitely say experiencing both that getting married is added more satisfaction in my life than getting Zafira the dog. Don't know about the $90,000 raise.
Haven't had that one
I'd
yet.
love to find out. I'd love to be a test subject for that. The Denver Nuggets, who are gearing up for the playoffs, they literally have 3 games left in the season.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be in the playoffs. And they decided out of the blue to fire their coach, who just won a championship with them a few years back, 2023.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. But the Nuggets decided to fire Michael Malone, as well as their general manager, Calvin Booth, 3 games before the playoffs start. An actually shocking decision.
So shocking because it's like they're also the 4th seed currently in the playoffs. It's not like they're barely in. It's not like they're in the play-in tournament. They're in contention for a championship. I would say the top 4 seeds, usually you would consider they have at least a shot. I mean, everyone has a shot, but the top 4 seeds you would consider are contenders.
The Nuggets have great home court advantage, being in elevation.
Jokic.
They got the best player probably in the league.
Right.
And they've won a championship before.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
Literally 2 years ago.
So this was really out of the blue. And I don't know.
It makes me think that they know something that the rest of us don't know yet.
What do you mean by that?
That Michael Malone has done something.
But they fired the GM too.
Maybe that, or they're just like they've decided to completely restructure and start over.
So the son of the owner Stan Kroenke, but his son spoke about this because he's involved in the operations as well, and he said that I guess they had decided they were going to fire these guys probably after the season anyways. The Nuggets have been on a kind of a losing streak. I think they've lost 8 out of 12. And so they figured, why put off till tomorrow what you could do today? And so they hope that this will energize the team a little bit for the playoff run. And the guy who is taking over as coach, his name is David Adelman. He has not coached in the NBA before. His dad was Rick Adelman, who was a very long-time successful NBA coach.
Yeah.
But he has no head coaching experience. So it'll be, I don't know. I guess, again, if you were just going to do this at the end of the season, unless they won the championship anyways, why not rip the Band-Aid off, see if you can make the most out of this season because if you really just don't think this is going to work. But it is surprising.
It's pretty surprising. I feel like something had to have happened behind the scenes for them to want to do a break like this with 3 games left. You're a 4 seed. You're going to make it into the playoffs. Because to me, my thought is, because this is very much where the Cleveland Cavaliers were last season. They felt this way with JB. They were like, we feel like we've hit our season with JB hit our ceiling. Yeah, with JB Bickerstaff. But they still let him play out the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then they ended up moving on from him, which was the right decision. And that may be what we see with the Nuggets. They could be a number 1 seed next year from this move. Who knows? But I do feel like you should at least, because there's no reason why you wouldn't want to, check and see what happens with Michael Malone. He's won you a championship before. So maybe because a lot of people say, playoff basketball is different than regular season basketball. Why not give him a shot at it?
Yeah, maybe. I think what the simple explanation could be is maybe he lost the players, and even though
that's what I think. Something happened behind the scenes to make this have to happen.
I think he's the only coach Nikola Jokic has ever had. He's been the coach of the Nuggets for a long time.
Yeah.
But maybe Nikola Jokic got tired of him.
Ooh.
And if
Nikola Jokic says, get out of here.
Nikola Jokic is definitely more important than Michael Malone.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they can do in the playoffs. I still feel like the Thunder is just a buzzsaw in the West. And so I don't know if anybody really stands a chance, but I don't know. It's going to be fun. We're doing Would You Rather Wednesday. Today's question from Jameson. Would you rather always have to parallel park or always have to park at least half a mile away from wherever you're going? And some good responses coming in, like Adam, who says, easy, parallel park. You'll get good at it after doing it a couple times.
Okay.
That's a fair point. You definitely, even if you're uncomfortable at first.
Yep. The more you do it, the better you'll be.
Aurora said, I bike everywhere, so parallel parking is trivial.
Okay.
Just play the game, Aurora.
Yeah. Follow the rules.
Yeah. Regina says, though I am a quick walker despite my short legs, I'll go parallel park because I run behind more than I'd like to admit. And she says, I'm okay at parallel parking.
Okay. All right. And you like the confidence, Regina?
David broke the game. But I was definitely thinking this too. This is factoring in. He says, what if the only parallel parking is half a mile away?
Well, then, yeah, that's just what you got.
Or what if you choose half a mile away and then you still have to parallel park sometimes because that's the closest?
Let's just clarify here. Parallel parking, but it's like nearby where you need to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Or it has to be a regular spot, but it's always half a mile away.
Okay. What are you choosing?
I am choosing the half a mile walk. Here's the thing. I always park far away. Always.
You do?
Do you not notice where I park when we're at work?
That's not a half mile.
No, but I like to park away from other cars. I am always afraid of people hitting their doors into my...
Yeah.
And so I always park far away. At my church, at the grocery store, everywhere. I park far away. Like people literally have walked into me as I'm walking into, from somewhere from the parking lot. And they're like, why did you park all the way out there? There's so many spots close by. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm fine with walking.
Get the exercise.
Even during winter, I will do that. Like I just do not care. And so for me, I'm willing to take the walk. And I also suck at parallel parking. So, and I don't care. I know I would get better, as Adam says. I don't care. I don't want to know how to do it.
Abby says, parallel parking, of course, there's no other option if you live in the city.
That's true.
Now, for me, Allie, so here's my dilemma. I like to walk.
Yeah.
I'm a huge walker. And I am like you that oftentimes at the grocery store or wherever, I don't need the closest parking spot. I'm fine parking far away because I like getting the exercise, the whatever minuscule amount of exercise that is.
Yep.
The fresh air. But, and here's like the real truth is in a normal scenario, if the closest spots are parallel parking and I can park a little further away, but it's not parallel parking, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But if you sign yourself up for always having to park half a mile away, think about the weather, how you're going to have to walk in the rain and the snow and the unbearable heat sometimes that you may not want to. Think about a half a mile, unless you run like on average, which you're going to be sweaty at your destination. If you walk half a mile, that takes about 10 minutes.
You get sweaty after running half a mile?
If you have to run, if you're running full speed, I would think so.
Full, I guess, yeah. But
It'll still take at least 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Even if you're really fast.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's not that huge of a deal, but yeah, I agree. The sticker here for the whole thing is the word always.
Yep. That's what makes it fun.
It makes it fun. It makes it annoying. But yeah, I'm going to go with the half a mile just because I already park far away. But yeah, the always part is annoying. I
have to go parallel parking. But maybe sometimes to still get my walk in, I would just parallel park far away.
Further away?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, I would rather parallel park than back into a parking spot like these people out here doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
I always thought that's crazy.
I don't agree with that.
I think that's a crazy thing.
If you have a backup camera, it's like nothing to back into a spot.
I know, but parallel parking is not that hard. It's not that hard either.
I for whatever reason am not spatially aware enough to parallel park well.
I'm so torn on this, Allie.
Why?
In China, they have spent a resort in China has spent millions of dollars adding escalators to allow people to easily reach a mountain peak that's nearly a mile high.
Oh.
Check out the photos. There's video of it too, of these escalators. They say that this allows particularly like older folks or just those who maybe aren't as spry to still be able to take in the views of this mountain summit that they otherwise would have had to climb a very long way, hike a very long way to be able to get up there and see this. So instead they've erected all of these escalators. It is wild to see. It is such a long network of escalators.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. Apparently, they had also erected steps, and that's why they decided to do the escalators, because not everybody was wanting to do the steps, because it was like miles and miles, like lots of steps.
Yeah.
But anyways, I feel like maybe this is just me. And I know gondolas and stuff like that have been a thing for a long time to help people get to the tops of mountains. Mm-hmm. But am I the only one that's like a little bit sad that somebody would build this on the side of a mountain to get to the top?
No, because that's why I'm torn. It's not even the escalator itself. It's not it's not that I'm mad that people will be able to see the summit without hiking.
No.
It's just that the way these are built is very... could I say garish?
Yeah, it just looks bad.
It just does not look. It doesn't blend into the scenery.
No, it's in your face, and to me, it's like it's kind of ruining the nature of it, ruining the nature of the mountain.
Yes, that's exactly where I'm at with this. Yeah. I think it's nice that people that wouldn't ordinarily be able to make it up there now could and have that view, but I don't know. I wish they would have done it in a way that just looks better.
Yeah, because I feel like gondolas, they look a little bit more scenic and a little bit better than like just this massive amount of escalators, which is really odd. And I would imagine the maintenance for these has to be insane.
I know. I was thinking, what if you take the escalators all the way up? And I mean, it's a series of escalators. It's not just 1 mile long escalator, whatever. It's a series of escalators.
That would be so bad.
What are the odds
Get me off this thing?
They all work both ways, but the worst would be you get all the way up to the top and you're ready to go down and the down escalator's broke.
Well, at least
now what do you do?
At least going downstairs is better than coming upstairs.
Yeah, you could go down much faster. Yeah. And I guess it is true, as Mitch Hedberg says, an escalator can never break, it can only become stairs.
Yeah.
So that is a positive. But I mean, I don't know. At the same time, I know in Chattanooga, they have, for one of their mountains, they have like a train car that just goes up. And it's literally like a rail car. And does that look all that different from this? Probably not. It's an entire train that goes up the mountain. So maybe this isn't the word. I don't know. I just still think that they could have done this in a way that just doesn't look so obnoxious.
Again, there are plenty of inventions that have been made to help people get to the top of summits so that they don't have to climb the mountain.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like I went to the top of Table Mountain, which is in Cape Town, South Africa. They have gondolas, or you could climb it.
Yeah.
And they weren't traditional stairs. It's a path. But yeah, I do feel like this is a lot different than a gondola.
Yeah. It just looks bad.
It doesn't look good,
It's
guys.
not the escalators. It's how you made them look, which is bad.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.